All right, continuing Proverbs chapter 3, verse 9. It says, "Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of all your increase. So your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine." Now, Jesus told us, he said, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So you know what this is doing? This is protecting our hearts, and this is also protecting our treasure. It's protecting our hearts because it's so easy for us to be too focused on the things that we have, isn't it? We're fragile creatures, and when we have money, we can afford things to protect us, can't we? We can afford a house, we can afford a car, clothes, food, and all these things. We can give it to the ones that we love. And so it protects your heart by making sure that you don't love money, because the love of money, not money, but the love of money is the root of all evil. So many people do so many horrible things because they love money. So this keeps you from loving money. It protects your heart. And our heart should be in heaven. And how much does it make you yearn for the next life when you're constantly giving your money toward it, right? I spend money on these videos to have them played and promoted on Facebook. And I get so many comments from atheists. Why is this on my feed? And I haven't commented yet, but I've wanted to comment because I love God and I love you and I want you to hear the truth, right? And by the way, and I posted this earlier, if you're an atheist and you're commenting on this and you've got so many things to say, you need to watch and listen to Ravi Zacharias, right? Listen to him and it'll tell you why so many people like me love Jesus and listen to Jesus and follow Jesus, because it actually does make sense. And I'm sorry you haven't realized that, and you might not ever realize it, but it's true. So anyway, it protects your heart. Giving the first of your finances protects your heart from loving money. Second, it protects your possessions. Everything that we own here, as far as material, is not going to last, is it? Our lives are short, and everything we have is going to decay or rust or get stolen, break down. It will be gone. But when you and I take the first fruit of our money and we spend it on God, on expanding His kingdom, which is to spend it on people, right? God's interest in people. When we spend it on clothing people, giving them food, spending it on missionaries who go to other places, or ministries that care about other people, when we spend it to stop human trafficking, when we spend it to spread the Word of God, because the Word of God heals people. The Word of God sets people free, right? It gives them peace and joy. When you spend your money on that, you're giving yourself treasure in heaven that cannot be taken from you. What does that look like? Well, for me, what that's going to look like is when I'm in heaven, which is the new earth. I wish pastors would talk more about the new earth and this heaven idea that so many people don't understand. We're going to live in a new earth, and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to have people running up to me in the new earth, thanking me. Thank you for making that video and sharing it. Thank you for giving money to this missionary so I could hear the gospel. Thank you for giving money to this ministry so I could have food and water and live longer and then hear the gospel. Do you realize that I'm going to get eternal thank yous? And if you're spending money on the kingdom, if you're living for God, you're going to get eternal thank yous. I will be constantly telling my parents throughout eternity in the new earth, this place is awesome. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing Jesus with me, right? I'm going to give my parents, I'm going to give my mentors, I'm going to give the people that help me, John MacArthur for writing a great Bible study book and study Bible. Thank you to Francis Chan for all his awesome messages. Thank you to so many other people that minister to me and gave me peace and joy from truth. I will be thanking them eternally. That's treasure, right? Don't you want that? Don't you want to go to heaven and just get thank yous forever because you help people? And of course you're going to say, well, that was all God, and I'll say it was all God, but man, it's awesome to be used by God. So two things. So giving your money to God first, it protects your heart from loving money, and it protects your treasure. You don't want to die and all the money you made went to stuff that just went away. You want to spend your money on eternal things, which is helping people.